Hey everybody, wanted to do a quick little update on the buddy build I am doing with Keith. Uh, we are doing the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution, the fifth generation, and this is where I'm at so far. Kind of wanted to do a little bit something different with this build, make it a little bit special since it is a buddy build. The kit does not have a ton of details, so it could have been done, you know, if you wanted to rush it, you could have had this kit done in probably 2 days, 24 hours. But, it being a buddy build, I wanted to be kind of special and try something different. So let's start with the interior. I put some racing seats. I had to cut those slots out. I do have the Ricardo sticker on there, and I did it two-tone with the blue inside and then the black outside. I matched the back seats. I did flock it, so you do have carpet on everything. I used a basic seatbelt buckle. I have a whole kit of those. This is 1/16 ribbon. I'm waiting for that super glue to dry because this is the last thing I just did. And I'm going to touch that area up, and I'm also going to hit them with I usually use a watered down Mod Podge to kind of make them have a better look. I did that in my my Sprite Austin Healy, and it worked pretty good. Those did have a decal that went here. I don't have any more of those. And to hold the seatbelt down, I've wanted to do one of these for a while, but I have a seatbelt bar. I did just a blue metallic. Kind of goes with the body. But this is the color I was actually going to paint the car. Didn't have a bunch of it, and so I went with something special. As you can see in the back, it's a color shift. But this is just a sprue that came with this kit. Bent some wire, drilled some holes, and made a couple loops. Looped that around and glued it so it actually can spin and move around on that pretty well. Fed it through there. Had to do the wash. And as you can tell right here, that is some two-part epoxy. This one's Magic Sculpt. That stuff gets really hard. I got these wires and they go to LEDs. And then here's the dashboard. I used the crystal clear to make the lens and the center gauge column. I still gotta do the steering wheel. Still gotta do some details on here. Not a whole lot. I think I gotta paint that button and that button. But let's put that right in here. So since I did that bar, the seats are a little closer to the front, but not too bad. I mean, it looks about right. This is a 4-door car, so the back seats is going to have a little bit more room. And take my 3-cell battery. Let's see. It lights up underneath, kind of like if you're doing a tuner with the LEDs inside. We got a nice cool blue. That's one thing they added a little bit special. And then here is the chassis. The wheels are probably not going to be these ones, but I do have them mocked up. I will probably keep the rubber, and if I change the wheels, I'll just 3D print some. And if I do keep these, I'm going to paint them gold. So, but you can see a bunch of wires there, a bunch of Magic Sculpt there. I have to paint over all that just in case. But what that is holding some LEDs to make an underground kit. And so this whole bottom will light up like you have neons. I did the bottom. I added a little bit of weathering. I rusted up the exhaust pipe, and kind of added a little bit to the drive shaft. I might paint over those a little bit, take some black enamel, paint over them, kind of hide them a little bit, just make sure I don't get any on the lens. There's that, a couple washes. I don't have them all wired up, but I can show what some of them look like. That's what it somewhat looks like there. And then the front. And so I got to solder all those, they just kind of twisted up. And so I have those back ones there. And this will sit here. So I have to add some wires when I do the soldering. But those will solder up to that. And then so that I kept the wheels so they turn. So that's that cluster. And then for the body, I did do the blue to purple color shift. It did have some weird effects on the roof. Always seems to. It's such a thin clear coat. There's a couple bad spots there. But the ones on the roof, I'm going to wet sand this top. And the roof, trunk, and the hood, I'm going to carbon fiber. And hopefully it works well. I haven't done it out of the sheet yet. Everybody makes it look easy, so hopefully it is easy. But the hood's going to be a little tricky, like with right here, and there's a couple pretty heavy bends right there. But also have to do the black. That might be a little tricky, so I'm probably gonna do that first, the black lines. That way I don't have to put any masking tape, or I can use masking tape, because you won't want to put masking tape on the decals. So, but on the body, I have to paint these lens housings silver, paint silver in there, and then paint this silver. This will probably be black. But there is holes in there, and they are going to be LED'd as well. So I got a little bit left to do on the chassis and the interior, but mostly I'm going to be on that part now. Not going to go with the factory wing. The wing will be carbon fiber as well. But here's part of the wing. And there'll be two risers. The wing will be carbon fiber. It does have its own carbon fiber. So it'll be two pieces there, right in the middle. And kind of give you an idea. I gotta get that. Gotta get the decal on this, and I can clear it, and then I can paint that silver, and then I can assemble it together. The end pieces, I haven't decided yet if I'm going to paint them silver or not, but we got a little bit of sanding to do on that. But the factory wing that came with this one just really didn't do well. Didn't really represent the car very well. But that's the base, third turn signal there. So it sits like that. It's really, really rough. It would need a lot of sanding. And then this sits on top. Like that. You can see a bunch of sanding needed. And I just don't like, that's where it sits on the deck lid. I just never really liked these wings on them cars. So I'm not going to use that one. Gotta cut some mesh, because There will be mesh behind the grills. And somehow I gotta paint that. Usually if you spray it, it usually gets clogs in it. So I have to try to paint that somehow. But silver might look good on that, so I might just leave it. Because you got to put mesh in these grills. I would like to put it up into the roof louver, but you know what? There's no motor in it, so you ain't gonna see nothing. I'm also gonna put an LED behind the grill. I don't know what color this is. Hopefully it's blue. Nope, but I will end up lighting up the grill up at like an LED right there, so that you can see the cooler, because there is an air cooler on there. But these I think are for the fog lights. But I do have a pilot hole in them right now. I have to decide on how big of a hole I want. If I'll make it a little bit bigger. But I'll probably put those in, since this is actually all done. Probably put those in, put some magic sculpt to hold them in, and then run the wires. So that is my update. I hope you guys have a really good one. Until next time, I'll see you then. Bye.